Welcome back to my podcast series, The Best Thing to Design is You. This episode is called Your Greatest Strength. I believe your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness, and vice versa. Your greatest weakness is also your greatest strength. I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day, and she's been told that she's super analytical. And oh my goodness, you overanalyze everything, she's been told. And she does. But guess what? If I wanted somebody to examine something, where do you think I'd go? When I was growing up, I was told that I was very moody. I remember believing it was a very big weakness in my personality, a bit of a fault or flaw. Then, as a young designer, I met Carl Tate, who ended up being my mentor without realizing it, and an absolute inspiration in my life. He was an artist and a very passionate, dramatic person. And working with him, he used to say to me, "Debra, I love your moods. When you're up, you're really on and you create one thing. When you're not so up and happy, you create something very different, but they're both good." And I thought, oh, this side of me, this moodiness, is actually a positive. I don't ever think I've really forgotten that. It finally allowed me to accept me for me. So realizing that we all have flaws, that our weaknesses are also our strong points, is an interesting one, isn't it? The art in it is working out how to pull them together, how to get the best out of your Achilles heel, or so-called weakness, and turn that into a strength. So my friend, that's very analytical, comes across a situation and she examines it really quickly and spits out this quick rapid-fire analysis to the other person who's going, "Whoa, I'm not with you. What are you doing? Stop. It's too much. Too fast." So for her, what I'd say is, right, do the scrutinizing in your mind, but maybe don't verbalize it quite so quickly. Just because you've solved the problem doesn't mean they're ready. So you see where I'm going, how you can work with what you've got. For myself, I now know how to manage those moods and how to capitalize on them. If I'm feeling really up and I want to be out and about, that's a great day to be communicating. Days when I'm not, I actually get some very productive cerebral work done. They both work. I would encourage you to think about your greatest weakness, maybe the one that you know people say, or you probably already know what it is inside of yourself. And think about the fact that that's probably also a wonderful thing in your personality. My guess is that these two things are one and the same. If so, can you find any little tweaks that you could make to allow them to both work for you? Let's face it, if the trait is yours, it's yours in all its glory, and it's something that you can modify. You own it. This is a key area where I think we can grow, and it's right in front of us. I personally don't believe we should squash these things. I don't believe that if there's something people are telling you, "Oh, you do this so much, you need to stop it," which is our first tendency. I think you need to go, that's something I do a lot. Maybe I'm actually really good at it. Maybe I just need to adapt it a bit so that it brings value for other people, and therefore it works better for me too. I believe your greatest weakness is also your greatest strength. And your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness. What can you do to modify these things in your personality, to finesse them, to make them work for you? I think it's highly possible. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want more information, go to my website, debrapascoe.com.